Hello there, this is Pagan MC here, and welcome back to the Badge Patreon server. I thought I'd do a little episode in between some of the prankings and shenanigans. At the moment, I have a bit of a bad headache, but I've come up here to our Ender, because I want a little bit of advice. Well, I think I might have just solved what the problem is. Can you see to our right here, the little ender bobs? This never used to happen. This only started happening about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, or around Minecon time. They've started getting bunched up. It was Jack, J.H. Listen, who built the Enderfarm. Unfortunately, he's not around or doesn't currently on the server to ask how the design works. My initial thought is that they were getting stuck in this rail line here, or maybe the vines are too long, I don't know. Because I know if they get bumped while they're on the vines, they'll start to climb. And I'm wondering if this rail cart has anything to do with it. So I thought I'll keep these with me while I try this. Do I have... I wonder if that rail cart is supposed to be, if a minecart will go around and push those ender bobs or something. I don't know. Push. So, would ya bloody look at that? There's an Enderman in it. Well, I must admit, I don't know where Jack came up with this design. Whether I know this pusher design up here, how all these bits work, is quite commonplace. This, I had a similar design on my single player. Oh, well, there we go, guys. I don't know if being the Enderman will be in it, it'll make a difference or not, but it certainly seems to have pushed them. I've been meaning to come up here for a while to have a look. God, I hate being up here. Alright. Break you. Break you. No, I didn't look. Now, what used to happen was, if you killed them too fast, they would start to get all bunched up like that. So let's go down. Right. And see if I can remember. So it's just here. Just in case for the future, right? Oh. Well, it's been really fun getting ready for all these shenanigans and everything. I have got another... What have I got? 1, 2, another 4 people to go. And up as here, I do know what I'm doing for every single person. It's all about just trying to get prepared, and then times that I can do it. Unfortunately, 2 of the people... Oh no, there we go, come on. Oh, have you got... Oh no, there we go. I thought it got stuck again. Well, I think it did get stuck, and then the minecart knocks them off. Let's give this a go. Come on. Yes, 2 people might play what's called a bit erratic with their times. So I really don't know what time to do for theirs, other than I might just have to wing it. And hope that they don't come on. I think, though, this might have fixed it. If them come down. Yeah. Brilliant, right then. So we'll have to remember, if this ever goes again, I have no idea how on earth that, oh, come on. How that minecart might have been broke or whatever, but anyway, there we go. And I want that and that. There we go. So this ever goes in the future, and if I'm not playing on this anymore for whatever reason, anyone who's watched this, that's how you fix it. Right. There's a few little things from my episode when I got back from Minecon that I actually forgot to show. So what I'm going to do a quick little like cut here, and I want to show you a very special t-shirt that I got. So this is the t-shirt Random and Lady Random got for me to wear at Minecon. It has the GS Ghetto Squad Pagan MC on the front, and then on the back it has some of the details that... Oh, I'm actually recording this afterwards. Come on, get the camera shot. The Ghetto Squad Pagan MC W92 badge P1 server. If it works, it wasn't us. It was an absolutely brilliant t-shirt, and thank you very much. Unfortunately, I actually didn't get to wear it. Size wise, because I've been losing. I've lost like 4 stone now. 4 stone now in weight, which I'm not too sure how many pounds is that. But it's 14 pounds per stone, so 28, so 60, so 56 pound I've lost. And the t-shirt, unfortunately, even though it was an XL, it was slightly too tight and slightly too prominent on man boobs. Even though I've lost a lot of weight. So yeah, I would have loved to have watched that for Minecon. But yeah, thank you. I'll be able to wear it. If we ever do another meetup, I'll be able to wear it that time. Because I'll be a little bit slimmer again and should hopefully be able to fit in it. So yeah, thank you very much Random and Lady Random for that. One of the next things, I sent a picture of this out beforehand, is my Minecraft postcard from Florida. It's when you could pay, they did 1,000 of them and they were $10 each. And it was to help to pay for the Minecraft party, and then like, what, a year and a half ago now? It's one of the, probably one of the most treasured items that I've got framed on the wall. And I was able to get, not everyone, there was a few people that weren't at the Minecraft in Florida, and then also the new server members, but I was able to get Chad, OMG Chad, he's on the top right, he drew his little face in, which I was quite happy. I got Milby on there. Milby was one of the prime ones I wanted, as I adore Milby stuff. Able to get Servidus in like the bottom left hand side corner, just above Z-Store. The 2 people I missed that I could have gotten who weren't already on there was Arcus and Aurelian. I tried a few times, but when they had that massive queue outside, it was a really long queue. So, no, so I'm really happy with that. Up next, we have some of the pictures taken in the expo hall. It's at the Minecraft Museum. It's like all antique vintage photos, obviously, of Notch, Steve, Dog, Little Wolf Wolf, Piggy, what is it? Wizard, oh, not a witch, a duck, and a little creeper thing. They were really quite cool. We have on the next picture just a little zoom up here of the dog. Really nice. I would, I think, generally like something like that. The next one, this book, I do not have a clue where this was in the centre of all these like pieces that they had. No idea. I don't know if it rings a bell for anyone for... Oh, unless it's just supposed to be a Minecraft book. I don't know why it's got the face on it. I don't know. Is it supposed to be an enchanted book or... I don't know. Maybe it's goes back to the earlier days of Minecraft or something. I don't know. Something in alpha, beta, or... I don't know. Someone out there might know what this book is. I don't have a clue. We have The Witch. I've got to put in that for Galt's favourite, of course. Hello, Mrs. Witch. We have... This is like a old Chinese vase with the Ender Dragon on it. Very well done. It didn't look like a Chinese knockoff at all. We have what would look like an obsidian sword. It's what it looks like to me with the colours wise, like an obsidian iron sword. It reminded me of more of like something from Tinker's Construct. We have, I don't know if it's like papercraft or something. I don't know. I wasn't, because he didn't touch it. I wasn't too sure what it was made out of. But it's just Steve and a wolf, and like made out of loads of blocks. Here we have Donkey. I had to get one of Donkey. The minute I saw Donkey when I was walking around, it's like, yeah, I have to get a picture of him. We have one of a little mushroom, especially for Deepak, who might have a sliced obsession for mushrooms. And then we have what probably wasn't the highlight, but alright, here we go. On the Monday when we were doing the touristy day, I did ask I wanted to try Five Guys. I think some of the other guys did as well. I've heard like some of the Minecraft, especially Good and Badge, go on about Five Guys. Like, we have to try Five Guys. It was rather expensive, but absolutely amazing. It was lovely. Yeah. It's something that you couldn't have, I don't think, every week. But if I'm ever back in London again, I definitely want to have Five Guys in me again. So I hope you don't mind those little maps of Minecon and stuff, and the pictures, and that'd be nice to just do a little like recap of that. I missed them off the first episode because it was getting a little bit long. I'm actually just over at the ice spikes at the moment. I'm needing just a few little, just a few stacks of packed ice here and there. Bing, bong. So I'm just using, because we can't use Silk Touch picks on this, as we tell everyone. It's actually still there. Oh, and it was actually Pyro who told me this. If you right-click an invisible block, it makes it reappear again, which is very handy to know. So yeah, I think I might be getting ready for the next prog. I think I might have had, as I said at the start of the episode, I think I've got the time to do it for a said person. I don't know, it's so difficult doing progs. As I think for most of you will know, when I was actually doing Pyros, I had a few finishing touches, and unfortunately came on early. That was bloody sod's law, that, as I found out. The next day, he was working all day. So if I just waited 24 hours to do the prank, not to Pyro's benefit, but to my benefit and your viewing pleasure, I would have had a whole day to add some finishing touches to that. Oh, go on, switch. Could have added some finishing touches. Lately, well, not lately, we've been playing a new game that Aurea has done on Tabletop Simulator called Robo Rally. Really good fun, and the amount of work Aurea must have done for that. I know you said, Aurea, that it didn't take you very much work, but from my point of view, it's very impressive how you can do that. Whenever it's something you can't do yourself, it looks very impressive. So we've done 2 rounds, like 2 games of that at the moment, basically learning how it works. First time was just Aurea, Uweta, and myself. And then we just did one last night, Sunday night, with Ashbrass as well. Just like learning how the game works, and also learning how some of the controls for Tabletop Simulator as well. There's not many controls, but the things like hitting Alt to zoom in on stuff, F to turn over cards, Q and E to rotate stuff. Don't know with any game. So I think the plan at some point, because I know Badge showed a little bit of interest in that game as well, is to maybe get Badge involved as well with the game, and maybe get something recorded. I always like board games, but I've actually never played many. As a child, we never had many board games. We only ever had Monopoly, which I absolutely adore Monopoly. But then, as I found out once, many years ago, when I was at an ex-girlfriend's and the family wanted to play Monopoly, apparently we had lost the rules, so then my mum made up the rules. So the version of Monopoly that I grew up with playing as a kid is completely different rules to how it's supposed to be played. So I would like to play Monopoly and give that a try with the actually proper rules. But yeah, I never played many board games as a child, even though I did like them very much, so it's nice to give Robo Rally a go. Yeah. I think I still have a bit of packed ice collecting in front of me. So I think I'm going to leave this episode off here. Am I safe? Oh, and by the way, I want to show you what I have been, because I've been collecting a fair bit, and a few other people as well. I've come through, this was all potholed. I'm coming through and fixing up the terrain after everything has been ripped out. Otherwise, it doesn't look very nice. So actually what I'm going to do after I've collected some more, I'm going to come back here and fill all this in and wait for it to snow. And it makes everything look a lot nicer. So, I'm going to leave it here for this episode. See you next time for the next prank. Thanks very much, guys, and bye-bye.